Now, in 2008, he won an Olympic bronze medal. He considered the offers and settled for David Haye's company, Haymaker. That came to a bloody end when Satanta died. Don't even get me started on that. He's now with Frank Maloney, and it's been a year of waiting and injuries and frustration. And let me tell you something, David Price always tells the truth.
It was frustrating, you know, it was getting a bit downhearted at times, and wondering if I'd done the right thing in turning pro, to be honest. But that was what I wanted to do, so I had to stick to my guns, and I thought, you know, I'll come out the other side. And yeah, I want to try and, you know, fight every week if I could at this level. You know, you're fighting fellas who, you know, let's be honest, I'm taking a bit of a step back in the opponents I'm fighting compared to what I was fighting. Although it's in a different type of situation,
sure.
The pros is different. But yeah, I'd fight every week if I could, but the busier the better, really.
So now, Dave, you actually had a chance, if I'm not mistaken, of actually going back amateur with that World Series. I think that's been abandoned now. But did World Series, the people from World Series, actually approach you and ask you to join them in that fight? Was it going to be 5 2-minute rounds or some sort of deal?
Yeah, I heard something about it. I wasn't formally approached.
Oh, okay.
I did speak about it, but to be honest, to me, we ain't going to work. It was never going to work.
No,
I was thinking, you know, if promoters are struggling getting TV for professional boxing with world title fights, how are these fellas going to get TV type of thing, and where's the money going? So, you know, it seemed like a bit of a pie in the sky thing for me, and that's why I didn't take much notice of it, really. Yeah, well, I was the same way. I just couldn't see how they were going to get the TV stuff. Now, Dave, it's a good time to be a British heavyweight, and I really mean that, because you've got a couple of old guys that haven't got a lot long left, and they're big enough names. You've got a couple of young guys coming through shouting, and really, if you have 2 or 3 fights, you're right in the mix with some of them, aren't you? Yeah, all it is for me is a matter of arms, Steve. I know technically, and you know things, you know the technical side of things. I'm ready already, and
yeah, cool.
You know I've got the power, I've got the speed, and the technique to compete at British level, no problem. But it's a matter of getting the arms under me belt, because as I said earlier, the pros is a lot different, different from the amateurs. And you know I've been a pro for a year, training as a pro for a year, getting some decent sparring, and I think that's the key for me, to be honest, because the opponents, you know, let's be honest, they're not going to be really... No, they fall over as well. Yeah, they're not going to be really testing me that much. So I'm hoping the opponents will maybe improve as I go on. But I think the sparring's where I'm going to get, you know, most of my experience. So, yeah, two or three fights, you know, well, it's up to Frank Maloney, obviously, but... Sure. You know, I could be right in the mix, which is where I want to be. Yeah, you certainly can. And you're right about the sparring. I don't know if you know, but Tyson Fury's been going out to Berlin, where there's several gyms with about a dozen big lumps in them. You know, that's the kind of sparring a real heavyweight wants, is, you know, lots of variety, you know, every day on the spin. Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, he's doing the right thing. It's something that we've spoken about doing in the past, me and my trainer, Franny, just going over to Germany, because... You could go to America, but the heavyweight scene's dominated by Eastern Europeans now, so that's the type of style that seems to be winning fights. So if you can get over and learn with these fellas, and it's only a 2.5 hour flight, that's something I'm definitely going to look at doing in the summer. But last year again, you know, as far as the sparring was concerned, I had a recurring hand injury which kept creeping up on me and coming back and then going and coming back, and I've had that sorted now though, so you know, I'll be able to spar more regularly and without having to worry about the injury. And you're out tomorrow night, is it still Martin Granger at Lee? Martin Granger, yeah, in Lee, yeah. And that will be your 5th fight. Well, listen, good luck tomorrow, Dave. We'll get you on in a couple of months, son. As I say, I was talking to little Frank today, and he said that the key is to keep your injury-free and keep you busy. Because, you know, what's interesting, Dave, you know, all those years you've been around, you know, all those international fights and all that success, you know, obviously Olympic bronze, but you're still only 26, aren't you? 25, 26? Yeah, I'm 26. Baby. Yeah, you know, I haven't been in many hard fights, really. I've had a couple of gruelers in my career where I've had to get up off the floor to win or whatever, but, you know, that hasn't took much out of me in the amateurs. I've got plenty to offer. You're looking at fellas who are 39 years old, and if you live a clean life, I think you can last long in this game, especially in the heavyweight, because you look at these lighter fellas, they're taking like dozens of big shots in a fight where if that happens in a heavyweight fight, one big shot and the fight's usually over. You don't take as much punishment as a heavyweight, and obviously you're not grinding your body down, making the weight. So I think that's why I've got plenty of time.
That's the key. You have a situation just before I go. You have a fighter, let's say like Ricky Hatton. I know he's excessive, but he's lost about 90 stone in his life. So if a heavyweight can live right, you know, you can just ship a stone a fight or half a stone a fight if you do it right. Listen, Dave, it's been a pleasure having you on. Good luck tomorrow night, and I'll speak to you soon.
Steve. Thanks, mate.
Big David Price there, and I like David Price, and he will come through because he talked there about the grade. He's got the grade. He just needs the rounds. Now,